Hello everybody. Today we're going to dehydrate some stinging nettles for tea. I talked about it the other day in a video and I got some picked and I'm going to stick them in my dehydrator. Right here they are. One way of dehydrating them, if you don't have a dehydrator, you can bunch some together and tie a string on them and hang them upside down just like this. Or if you do have a dehydrator, you can put them in the dehydrator. You can hang these in your house, hang them in your back porch, just as long as they're out of the weather where nothing's going to bother them. You could hang them in your greenhouse. They dry out really fast in your greenhouse, especially as hot as it is. But I'm going to use my dehydrator because I have it. And I have in the past, before I had a dehydrator, I'd just hang them up to dry. I'd tie a string on them. And I'd hang them in my kitchen or whatever. Hang them off the doorknob of a cabinet or something, anywhere. Just as long as you get them hung up where they can dry, or put them in the dehydrator. What I am going to do is go through. There's some of these that have a leaf like that one there. The leaves, oops, it just fell. It's all brown. There's one that's kind of brown on the end. I don't know why it is, but I'll pick it off. And then I'll put the rest of these in the dehydrator. Some of these bigger plants, let me find one here. Like this big one, I'll probably do mainly the leaves. I'll snap the leaves off and dehydrate them rather than the whole stem. Because stems are kind of big and take longer to dehydrate, but you can dehydrate the stems too. These smaller ones, the skinnier stems, I'll just put them in whole like that and dehydrate them. Once they're dried down, well then I'll put them in a processor and probably grind them up in smaller pieces. You can probably crumple them up. I've crumpled them up with my hands. It just depends, you know, but if they're real dry, they should crumple up pretty good. And then you just put them in your strainer and brew them like you would tea. Well, I'm going to get these put in my dehydrator. Hello, everybody. First thing my grandson said this morning when he got here is, Grandpa, we got to make some tea, because he was here when I was putting my stinging nettles in the dehydrator. And so the first thing he thought about was, I want some tea. So I made him a cup of tea, and I'm going to show you the cup of tea, what it looks like. Right there, it's kind of a dark green, like green tea. And Wyatt tried it. And what'd you say, Wyatt? What was the first thing you said after you tried it?
It was pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah. And then Grandpa ended up putting a little sugar in it. I tried it, and which I've had a lot of it, but I tried it, and I said, "Yep, it's good." And I asked if he wanted a little sugar in it, and I put just a little bit of sugar in there, and then he tried it, and he says, "Now it's even better." So he actually likes the green tea. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, there's the dried leaves, nice and dry. You could actually crumple them up, fold them up. What I done is I put them in my little Keurig cup, my reusable one, and I actually put it in the Keurig coffee pot and ran water through it over the leaves or through that strainer, but it runs down through it too fast. It don't really actually brew much flavor of the tea into the water. So what I had to do is I just heated up some water, and I just put that deal in the hot water and let it sit for a while, and then I actually brewed the tea. So that works best. But I also have one of those little round metal ball strainer for tea, and I do have one of them. You could put it in one of them if you have one. Any type of strainer like that where you can actually let it sit for a while to actually brew, just like you would a tea bag. It takes it a little bit to get a nice darker green, rich flavor. But it's all dried out. That's what it looks like when it's dried. Then took but about 8 hours and dried it out. You can brew tea with it with the nettle leaves while they're green. But if you're wanting to preserve them, put them in a jar where you can use them a later use. You want to dehydrate them like I did. Well, thanks for joining me on this video, everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, I love you. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to. hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell. See y'all on the next one. Bye.